Come in. Betty. I thought it was room service. Could I get you anything? Have you had lunch? You've reached your decision. I take it that means yes.
Your little gamble paid off.
Human nature is never a gamble when you know the people involved.
You don't know me.
I've always known you, Betty. You're very much like me in one major respect. You're dominated by ambition.
Spare me the sidewalk analysis, Mr. Harrington.
You pacified your conscience by telling yourself you'd hurt Stephen, ruin your marriage, if you didn't go through with this. Well, I'd do the same thing if I were in your place.
Someday you might be in my place. That's my only consolation.
But there's another factor involved. Just as important as your concern for those around you. Your overwhelming curiosity.
I'll get the will for you just as soon as I can steal it from Martin Peyton's safe.
You want to know what's in that will just as much as I do? Well, I'm waiting for your shout of denial, but I don't even hear a whimper.
Does it make you happy to think I'm like you? Less like a conniving thief?
You know, Betty, I'm beginning to wonder if I didn't make a grave mistake, interfering with your marriage to Rod.
You broke it with a sledgehammer.
I did what I thought was best for him at the time.
And now?
He could use some of your drive. Stephen certainly doesn't need it. He has enough for a whole army of infighters.
Does that mean you never really believed that filth your private detective told you about me?
What difference does it make whether I believe it or not?
It makes a difference to me.
One can never prove or disprove anything, including you.
I want that report and all the copies.
I'll hold it in trust for you until I get the will. Well, I guess we've covered all the points.
Not yet.
Was there something else?
Just this.
Put this on my tab, please.
Certainly, Mr. Court.
Was Mrs. Cord looking for me?
No, sir.
Well, do you know what she was doing here?
Yes, sir. She just saw Mr. Harrington.
Connie? Connie?
Up here, Elliot. Well, I thought you were in White River.
How'd it go?
Whatever kept you here. I'm glad.
Oh, the well-meaning gobbledygook of the esteemed state senator just didn't seem that important. Dad came up with something this morning, Connie. Something about Chandler. I don't quite know what it is yet.
You lost me.
Well, Chandler had someone staying with him on his farm 9 or 10 years ago.
What else did he find out?
That's it. The rest is up to me.
To do what?
To find out all I can about this someone.
How?
By questioning Rachel.
So that's it. You promised no more questions. About Allison or Chandler.
But she's the only one that'll know anything about this man.
You know you're doing the wrong thing. That's why you've come to me. You want me as an accomplice.
But it has to be done, honey.
Why?
Why, for Allison.
Why does a vague someone who may or may not have stayed with Jack Chandler 9 or 10 years ago have anything to do with Allison?
Well, that's what I want to find out.
Well, what if Rachel doesn't remember?
She has to remember. She has to.
Suppose she doesn't. What then? You're going to badger her, wheedle, shout and threaten her till she does? Until she breaks down just because she doesn't want to be tormented anymore?
Oh, Connie, listen. You know what I'm up against. This guy Chandler is he's like a mirage. You think you have a hold of him, then you turn around and he's gone. That's why we have to start from scratch. Somewhere along the line, maybe we can find a connection between Chandler and Allison. And this someone, whoever he is, might be the first link in that chain.
And what if we have to sacrifice Rachel? Why don't you say it, Elliot? It can't be helped.
Now listen to me. The night we went to that banquet, Rachel's puppy was playing with a belt buckle. Now, it wasn't my belt buckle, but it had some initials on it. I'd like to take another look at that.
No.
You mean just like that? Allison is missing?
Stop it. Lately, Allison's name comes off your tongue as a justification for everything you do. You have a mean streak, Elliot. And you finally found something to justify it. Allison, the specter of our missing daughter. So you hound Rachel into the ground and maybe out of our lives entirely.
Well, you've obviously made your choice. Rachel for Allison. A nice, neat trade. Just even up. Well, I hope you can live with it. Because I can't.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Stephen's my husband.
You can divorce him.
What?
You love my son. You always have and you always will.
I've never seen you so happy.
It's the only thing I got to look forward to in my whole life. Now that I know you're in agreement.
I don't care about your special little story. Get out of here. Even if my little story is about your own wife.